Getting back to our original story about Ansel AlkenStar. Because, and in accordance with Gurundi traditions of hospitality, the Ustrati clans had sheltered Ansel AlkenStar when they found him fleeing into the Mana Wastes. Etiquette allowed Ansel to stay for a year as the clan's guest, but thereafter he would have to leave their community or pay tribute in goods and services to be integrated into the clan as a member of the lowest rung of their society. In the Mana Wastes, this tradition took on special significance. If one turned guests away, they would die from mutant attacks or the environment itself, thus hurting one's own reputation and morale. Worse yet, guests could become mutants themselves, creating yet more problems for the community in the future. From enlightened self-interest, the Ustrati clans begin to see guests, resources, and challenges as part of a larger system, which allowed them to identify what they wanted to absorb into the society and what they wanted to reject to protect themselves. Thus, when Ansel provided technological gifts and solutions for each of the clans and slowly worked his way into prominence and influence, the Ustrati clans perceived Ansel as a useful individual and absorbed them into their system of society. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting, if not completely loaded on Fantasy Grounds, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Outlaws of AlkenStar, the All Guns, No Glory podcast. We spent an entire episode only gaining 2 seats out of at least 4 or more that our heroes need to fill the dirigible. That's dirigible, not dare-igible, just dirigible. How do you say it, Matt? You say it muted?
A dirigible?
Dirigible. That's what. Okay, I dare say it like that. All right. Cunning tactics. Who knew an old war-torn, broken-down bot would come up with a pyramid scheme and lie about mining rights in the north? Who knew that a hyena inventor was so bored or starved for attention that he would take up with these ne'er-do-wells? And who knew that something that was once perhaps a child's plaything could have a magical hat placed upon his head and he would dance around unlike any other snowman? And oh, wait a minute, that's a different story about a different character. Guys, after a little bit of schmoozing and rolling up into the pilot square, the milestone has not only been achieved, you guys have actually crossed it, but I didn't want to waste last episode just talking about 5th level. I wanted you guys to dig in, meet Jay's character, but here we are. Can't put it off any longer. Let's talk about you guys gaining 5th level. And I'd actually like to start with our new guy, because we don't know anything about his build from the ground up, so it might be sort of several levels of build. Jay Tamlin might have to spill on the mic, but Jay, would you mind telling us, well, not a little bit, but actually quite a lot about your guys, because the audience has not seen him in play. What exactly are you?
Well, my name is Firesticks Duneshaker. I am a Colo. Apparently, I'm rather different from my people, and my mom used to make fun of me for burning things a lot. Many reasons. As a result, as males of my species, we tend to be more homebodies and creative, so I ended up becoming an inventor.
Okay.
And I've tinkered with creating physical things and potions and all sorts of things.
And as far as talking to Jay about your character, I just feel like gravelly voice is going to burn you out by the time you get to second level. Jay, tell us a little bit about the character build, what you went for, some of your stats, what your current hit points, saves are, that kind of thing. What makes an inventor? Because our inventor, excuse me while I doff my hat for podcast audience that can't see this, our catfolk inventor has been in the basement and is barely leveled, and we don't know what his stats are. We haven't talked about Davis's character in a while, so we'd like to, know what it would be like for a character of the investigative inventor-ish build, make it all the way to 5th level. So dig in there, chum. Tell us about your stats.
Sure. I am a 5th level inventor, and I specifically chose as my innovation my weapon, which is a gun sword. Specifically,
Ooh, like
it's got
anime?
a couple. Yeah, or like Ruby if you watch that. Specifically, I've also got a couple like innovations attached to it that allow it to like stretch out and grapple things and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Basically, my character is also built around kind of grappling and holding things in the area. Then, I don't know if your previous inventor did this much, but then rigging my equipment to explode safely.
His stuff exploded, but he had like the healing power whiskey and stuff. So when you say safely exploding, are you talking about doing damage to bad guys, or?
Yeah, so I'm planning on like basically it'd be grappling things and holding them in my area, then exploding, then just like exploding around them, which doesn't hurt me because it's kind of exhausted out. Also, being an Ifrit Kolos, he has some level of fire immunity himself. So if things go badly for him, because one thing that happens with inventors is things can kind of explode in your face too. So if that does happen, he'll mostly be fine. He's very much built as a melee character, in addition to in addition to like the standard being reasonably smart.
Okay. Let's talk about your hit points and saving throws.
Sure. Hit points. I have 53 at the moment, I believe. AC of 22 because I'm wearing a breastplate underneath like my vest. Saving throws, I have Fort and Reflex are both plus 10, and Will is plus 9. And I recently became an expert wielder of my gun sword, and with level 5, because I chose weapons specifically, I get the critical specialization stuff.
Right on. Not really so different from our catfolk guy, as opposed to having like a custom-made sidekick. And I forget what the third option for inventor was. There was
Armor.
one that was weapon. Oh, armor, right? Weaponry, armor. That'd be cool. Steampunk Iron Man. Can we pop Valentine's hood and find Tony Sticks in there?
I was
Speaking
originally
of
intending
Valentine.
to do that.
Yeah,
but
the Leshy
Yeah.
is actually controlling me the whole time.
3 cobalts and a Valentine. Speaking of Valentine, let's talk about Mr. Sword in one hand, pistol loading in the other. What advances have you found for your character at 5th level there, Spiegler?
Some minor adjustments to increase my strength and dexterity, and I also have a new ability, a new feat.
What are your stats come up to? Don't be shy. People like hearing numbers, don't worry.
Well, my strength and dex are plus 4. My con is plus 2. I finally put a boost on my intelligence, so I have plus 1 intelligence now. My experiences throughout the campaign so far have...
So, if you've raised your intelligence to get from plus 0 to plus 1, you have?
Yes.
Okay, you have a retroactive skill that lit up at 1st level. Did you know that? Single skill training that you're entitled to.
Yeah, that's with the level as well, right?
When the level says increase your attribute, and there will be
It's
at
also
5th level, it'll say add your skill, right?
yeah, and which
Okay,
I get.
If you had not increased your intelligence, it would still say that. So I'm talking about another one.
You get
Correct me
2
if I'm
skills.
wrong here, Drew. Well, only because you increased your intelligence, which I believe kicks in a retroactive skill training. Does it not, Drew?
Yeah, so it's just trained. You can't go to expert with that one.
So at
Okay.
5th level, whatever you wanted to train or turn a T into an E, like turning one of your
Yeah.
training
Technically,
into an expert.
you could, because at 5th you also get a skill upgrade level, so he could train in a new skill and bump it up to expert if he
Yeah,
wanted.
but you
As in,
can't
like,
do
picking that
2
one.
experts.
So you follow that speak? You could pick a brand new skill, and because you picked intelligence and get a skill boost, you could go straight from nothing to E to expert. Or you could pick 2 new training skills, or you can train in 1 skill and pick a previously trained skill as the 5th level bump and make it expert.
Yep.
Have I lost you? And if you pay 50 gold and get on our dirigible right now, you can get it at the
So
farm.
I
Love
trained
that.
myself in diplomacy finally, because I figured with all the diplomacy we've been doing, I just kind of learned a thing or two, and now I'm trained.
Exactly. I love the organic approach. People like play a guy and they go, you know what? I want to be a druid. Okay, what have you done for the last 2 levels that, like, have you even looked at nature? No, I
Yeah.
haven't hugged a tree. I was, just suddenly want to be a druid. Don't necessarily like doing that. It's like, yeah, you should play as, okay, you were a gunslinger, but what have you been doing lately? You guys have been
Mhm.
running around, schmoozing and lying.
So,
Deception. And
I can train diplomacy or make it expert.
you could train in diplomacy because of your intelligence boost, and because of 5th level, you could immediately go to expert. Or you could train in diplomacy. What is your current deception?
It's
Is it trained?
yeah,
Does
it's
it
the
have a
same as
little
they're the same level. They're this.
Right. You might even want to say, I've been doing so well with my deception, I'll make that expert. I'll activate diplomacy at trained, but I'm going to bump my trained already there deception up to expert, because that was the 5th level boost. And that would encompass at least the last session alone, let alone anything else you've been doing.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. And that's a very cool way to think of, just like, this is how Messina plays. He's just like, he starts a character and he just gets ideas along the way, picks up things. They went in the
Mhm.
jungle, and next thing I know, I got a monk/druid on my hands,
Mhm.
because he's like, oh, in the jungle, I'm doing all this stuff. No, he just wanted to take a hard left and turn into giant frogs and be a pain in my ass, but he did it organically. Anyway, your saving throw, sir.
11, 13, 10. Fortitude, reflex, will.
And what are your hit points up to now?
63.
Getting to be a big hitter. No more hugging the edge of the map. Are you an expert in any other skills?
Yes. Stealth.
From that one time you went in the back door of the Dibadome?
Of the Dimmadome.
The Dibadome? Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, they can't be exact, We don't have pages and pages, but that's cool. Any new abilities or feats you'd like to share with us at this time, sir?
There is a new feat.
What is integrated armament that I'm seeing here that was activated at 5th? You want to talk about that?
I kind of wanted to keep it.
No, it's fine. Everyone, you can look it up at home, but you'll know what he's talking about when he activates it. So sorry.
No, it's
Trying to
fine.
build an episode out of this, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
Well, we used to do this. We
what I
did this
was-
in Star Wars, right? The Jedi would hide his powers, but sometimes he'd go an entire level and not use half the shit he took, and we're all like,
yeah, like it might not.
come
But
on.
anyways, it's what I was talking about in a previous episode, how I kind of like had my pistol connected to my arm almost, but I've now fine-tuned it to the point where it's completely hidden inside my arm until I deploy it, and it can't be disarmed. Basically, like, the gun is now integrated, or it could be a sword, but I'm going to make it one of my pistols so that it's fully integrated in my arm and I can deploy it like I'm drawing a weapon, but it's actually coming out of my physical chassis.
Oh, I know this one. And even if they search your body, they take like a -2 penalty to try to find it or seek it on you. Okay, I remember this one. Very cool. So this is what you've done with your pistol?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
neat.
like-
Keep it. Go
I was
ahead,
gonna
Drew.
say it's like RoboCop, but it's coming out of your like forearm
Yeah.
or something,
No.
right?
Keep in mind, if people just see you as a bot with a sword and no gun, they might react to you differently. If you don't appear as armed as you could be, you know what I mean? I mean, not
Well, I
surprised
have-
you pull out a gun, but
I have 2 pistols, so I can still have one pistol
okay.
visible and my sword, and then I'll have a hidden
Did
pistol.
they disarm you and then it pulls it out? Yeah, no, you could do some serious John Wick stuff with that. Cool, very cool. Anything else, sir?
Nope.
Okay. Moving on. I think at this point, it's time to at least talk about the face of Charwin, if not his secret agenda. Drew Malberg, let's talk about your guy.
Or let's see. So I took for my ability boosts strength, con, dex, and charisma. I need so much help in charisma.
Okay.
So that gets me
Speaking
to
of your face.
I've got a 4 in strength, 2 in dex, 2 in con, 4 in wisdom, and 1 in charisma. No intelligence for obvious reasons.
Sorry, did you talk about your saving throws and your hit points?
No, I just became an expert in reflex, so now I have a 11 in fortitude, 11 in reflex, and 13 in will.
Yeah, the big 13 in will is because technically a druid is spellcaster and they usually get great big willpower, but that's very cool.
And I got 63 hit points, just like a blaster.
Let's talk about your skills.
Sure.
What are you trained in? What are you an expert in?
So I am trained in athletics now. I am now an expert in deception and diplomacy. I am trained in firearm lore, legal lore. That never comes up.
Oh, it will. You hang out with these guys, there's gonna be lawsuits. It's gonna be like,
Is it legal?
Yeah.
Expert in medicine, trained in nature, expert in perception, and then trained in stealth.
It's only gonna be a matter of time, I swear. Where can you imagine this scenario where Charwin holds up Matt's character and says, "Sir, can you show me on the doll where the skeleton touched you?" Like, I predict that, and we don't even have the Oracle in the show anymore, but I'm telling you, that's my prediction. Sorry, Drew, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Let's see. Abilities. So I did get an ability or feat called Clever Improviser. It basically gives me untrained improvisation. So all of my skills now get half my level increase to any I think just knowledge rolls.
So you can make untrained knowledge rolls? Is that what you're telling me?
Let's see. You can handle situations that are out of your depth. For proficiency bonus to untrained skill checks. Okay, so it's not just knowledge recall. Is equal to half your level instead of just 0. If you're 7th level or higher, it'll increase to your full level. This does not allow you to use the skill's trained actions. So if there's like a lock-picking skill and I had to be trained into it, I can't use it for that. But otherwise, I can use get a +2 right now.
Okay. We're reading different things because I'm like, in addition, you can attempt skill actions that normally require you to be trained, even if you are untrained. And I'm reading this right off of your sheet because of Clever Improviser, right?
Oh, I was reading untrained improviser.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just wondering, do the two tie together?
Yeah, it sounds like it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
an
in
enhanced
addition.
version of it.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, like the two together are like different sides of the same coin. What one that says, "Oh, you can do all this, but not this one thing." You've picked up to the feet, going, "Guess what? You can do this one thing."
Yep. Yeah, never mind. I can do train stuff now. Haha.
Yeah, no, that's cool. The perfect agent. Oh, we'll get into that. For the druidic community, yeah. For the druidic community, yeah. Let's talk about ward medic that you picked up earlier. Did we talk about that last level? It's just
maybe.
a blanket skill where you can treat like multiple people at once, right? You just
Let's see. Yes, I can treat up to 2 targets at the same time. And if I get up to Master in Medicine, I can treat up to 4 targets at the same time. Which goes in well with my what is it? Continual recovery. So instead of waiting an hour to treat somebody again after treat wounds, I only have to wait 10 minutes. So eventually I could get the whole party in just 30 minutes or so. Get everyone knocked out.
that's cool.
That's very cool.
Anything else you want to share, sir? Exciting.
Not
Wanna talk
nothing
about your
too cool
main
with
spells?
spells. Water druid, for the most part. So I did not go for the fireball. Surprise, surprise. I went with crashing wave instead.
I like that spell. I think it's a very good spell. I use it with my sorcerer.
There was another spell I was looking at that kind of caught my interest, but maybe I'll get that next level. It has to do with monkeys.
I know that Mad Monkey, yeah. It's so weird. I don't know if whoever is listening now also listens to our higher level Age of Ashes show, the Elva Portal podcast, where Drew has come in for book 3, season 3 as a halfling investigator, and Matt is playing his dwarven sorcerer. And we had the same conversation about what new spell should Matt pick. And it was Drew talking about his druid here and all the water spells, egging him on to go, and now it's come full circle. You're going, oh yeah, that's solid. That's good.
It's a spell that has utility, not just blow up. So I personally feel like it's like on damage scale, it's not as good as Fireball, but on the usefulness scale, I think it's better because you can drop it out there and not burn places down. And as a druid, I understand it.
Now that we're talking to Matt, let's talk about El Manubrio.
El Manubrio.
El Manubrio, sorry.
That's me. So took another level of the Swashbuckler.
Let's talk stats. We'll go through the pages top to bottom because
stats. I took an increase
visualize
to strength, dex, con, and wisdom, bringing my strength to +2, dex to +4, con to +3, and wisdom to +2. I have nothing in intelligence, and my charisma is already a +2 because I am a sexy little poppet beast.
Your hit points seem to be like more than anybody.
Yes, because not only did I go up a level and get level hit points, but I also got another level of constitution, so it jumped me up to 71 total hit points. I'm a tough little dude.
Yeah, now, I know you guys just staged your characters were finished, but I'll give this one-time offer. If somebody wanted to go back through and add some constitution for hit points, because you guys are getting into bigger battles where, 6 of us try and, we failed diplomacy. Oh, well, womp womp. But there is only so many hit points to keep you alive, so much dexterity so that the bad guy misses, and so much dexterity and strength to go around so that you constantly hit and do not miss your opponent. And that's going to start becoming much more relevant from this point on in the game, where the creatures start getting much nastier, and you need to take them down, not just quickly, but with tactics.
This is all true things.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to 5th level where shit get nasty.
So this was actually a pretty good level for survivability. I got an ancestry feat, and with that I took Cunning Tinker, which because I'm
sorry,
a puppet,
what?
I spent so much time tinkering with myself that I am now able to once per day cast the spell Mending.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I spent.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I put it in the chat, right? There's a joke there that we don't want to touch right now, right?
Cunning tinkerer.
Okay.
And I've spent so much time tinkering with myself to try and repair the cracks in my porcelain and whatnot, keep myself looking pretty.
Dude, he could stuff his little arms with padding and just look buff. That's cheating.
It is. It is cheating. Well, see, and it's funny that you mentioned that because that was another ancestry feat that I could pick from that makes my internals all it's called stuffed with fluff, and it halves your precision damage. So if I take precision damage, it cuts it in half because I have no organs. I'm stuffed with fluff. But I opted to take the mending one for two reasons. One, it actually says in the description you can use this to repair yourself, even though you are technically a living creature. You are also technically a construct. But I can also use it to heal our bard if needed. So it's an extra mending.
Now, hang on. Mending is healing Valentine.
Or sorry, Valentine. Yes. Sorry, yeah. Valentine.
Sorry. The undead, we have stitch flesh through Drew's druid, right? Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I thought that was neat. But wait, there's more.
1 second. I like the fact they don't ignore it. Like, we've had some controversial conversations with Valentine and his vents, like how alive is he? And they just hand wave all your life. I like that they've put in some consideration to certain feats going, well, you know, you're different enough that it needs a feat or something for you to have some benefits for all these immunities. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just point that out. So kudos to Paizo. Sorry, go ahead.
So I got my weapon specialization, so my proficiencies jumped up, so a little bit of extra base attack bonus, which is very nice. I needed it. I was having a hard time. What else did I get? Oh, skills. Because I'm a swashbuckler, my swashbuckler main skill, which is athletics for my build, it automatically advances, so I don't have to spend my skill increase to do that. So I upped my acrobatics to expert.
Nice. What else are you trained in? What else can this little dude do?
I'm an expert at acrobatics, athletics, and perception. I am trained in intimidation, AlkenStar lore, society, and stealth.
Okay.
So a little bit of knowledge skills from my life on the streets of AlkenStar.
I'm surprised you didn't actually take diplomacy, but it kind of works because just because he's charming and friendly doesn't mean he knows how to be a diplomat, like how to be diplomatic in a situation.
I lack the couth. I am
Yeah. No, you've got your charisma and you've got your charm and everything, but you don't necessarily need to be trained
so weapon specialization also unlocks critical specialization on my weapons, which is super cool. What else did I get? I got something else, I think, didn't I? Skills, ability.
I have a question for you. What is your armor class?
Oh, my AC. Yes, it is 22.
What about the rest of you?
22.
We talked about armor. Yeah.
Same, 22.
It's all four of us then.
Looks like you have a benchmark.
That's fine. I know that a lot of it was static with leveling, which is kind of cool, as opposed to just having the best whatever.
Oh, yes. My precise strike went up a dice size, or an extra dice. So now when I do my finisher, instead of 2d6 precision damage, it is 3d6.
When he finishes, and I'm done. 3d6.
I should have named him Innuendo.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Play
he
goes in, you end.
Yeah. You mentioned an ancestry feat. Did the rest of you guys get ancestry feats at 5th level? Can we talk about those?
Yeah. I think Valentine did. That was that one that we have to look up.
Hiding the shit in your arm gun thing.
Yeah.
I kind of not explicitly covered it, but I did get an ancestry feat. It's I believe the name is Heatwave.
Unsettling Giggle. Yeah.
No, that's just I'm born with that.
No, I know it's really cool though. Oh, okay.
You harness oncoming flames and twist them into a screen of heat and smoke, granting you concealment. So if something explodes, I can mostly ignore the damage, and now I'm concealed.
Oh, how many anime have you seen that where they attack a guy, and then the guy waits for the smoke to clear, and he suddenly didn't hurt, or he moved it, or he's hiding behind it, and then he comes out of it. They think they've duped somebody with an attack, and all get all this. That's cool. I like that. Drew, what about our Bob the regular human? Does he get?
That was the clever improvisation.
Okay, I know the humans get a lot of. You can just take up feats that give you feats, or skills that give you feats, or a feat that gives you a skill. That's all that human versatility and such. Okay. Well, next up, we have Pilo, Troy's character. Troy, let's talk about the new Pilo.
Oh, new Pilo, same as the old Pilo, just a little bit more new and improved. You know how it goes. Up to 60 hit points now, so you guys don't have to worry about keeping me alive as much. I picked up a new feat, which is called Well Armed. It's an ancestry feat at level 5, which allows me to detach one of my skeleton arms and hold it in my other arm and give me 5 foot reach on top of what my weapon already has to attacks. It also is useful in other situations, apparently, but it's good for attacking. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm going to take a couple third level spells. I guess we get access to those right now, and I'm still trying to figure out which ones exactly, but I think I got them chosen, and they'll pop up soon. After that, that's all that really happens. Not much more going on.
Lots more. 5th level, you get a stat bonus, don't you?
I did. I gave a skill boost to my deception. I put myself to an expert in deception now, so I'm at plus 13. And
no, I meant your core stats.
My core stats as well. Yeah, I gave strength, dexterity, charisma, and wisdom, I believe. No, constitution. Those 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, charisma at plus 4, I noticed that a little blue dot comes on here at partial, which means you have to hit that twice to get it to plus 5. So once you're at plus 4, you'll have to get 2 stat boosts to get anything beyond plus 4, just so you know.
I did not know
as
that.
per the new rules. Yeah, it's 1 for 1 until you get to plus 4, and then we recently discovered that your next stat boost, which you just did, it'll mark this partial thing on your. And
I saw that. I wondered what it meant, but it's good to know now. So that means I've given it 1 partial because I've given a blue dot, and I need another one to get it to 5, or I haven't put a partial though yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my charisma is my main spellcaster, so I don't mind having it being a partial right now until it's better.
Yeah. And Con will see it's brought you up to 60 hit points. Let's talk about your saving throws.
Fortitude is at plus 9, reflex is 12, and will is 12 as well.
Okay.
My armor class is up to 22, so a little harder to hit, but some of those monsters that you make us fight can hit us with a 3, so who knows?
Okay. Have you gotten any of your skills up to expert or mastery?
I have deception and expert, performance, and perception are all expert.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have recently increased your intelligence or no?
No, intelligence has always been at 9. Intelligence is at
-1, actually.
-1, yeah.
Okay. No. I was going to say, I think you should have more skills,
that
but I guess that's why you don't.
So much.
He learns a lot, but doesn't get quite much smarter. It's okay.
But he's so wise, it's
the wisdom goes up a bit.
Wisdom is your intuition, street smart.
He's been alive a long time. Just brains are all out of his head now.
How long have you been dead?
If I only had a brain.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's my performance. Damn it.
Copyright.
Hey, man,
I wanted to ask you.
I'm pretty sure that's you're free to use that now. It's that old.
I won't risk it.
Oh, well then.
Well, a parody, fair use, we could probably do okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well,
now you just gave yourself some homework, Troy.
All right. Well, hold that thought. You talked about feats with reach. Now you have a whip, right? So your 10-foot reach whip with your extendo change arm, I'd give you 15 feet.
It actually says it adds 5 feet to your weapon. It doesn't say it just gives you reach. It says it adds 5 feet to your weapon ability. So or 5 feet to whatever else I'm doing. So if he wants to, poke someone on the shoulder, he can put the arm back on again. I believe it costs me an action to reattach my arm again. So that's one action, I think, to.
Does it only affect weapons, or can you cast touch-based spells with reach?
It just says your detachable limb offers flexibility. You interact to remove your arm and wield it in the other one, increasing your reach by 5 feet for any one-handed weapon held in that arm.
I would say that's a yes.
It says for any one-handed weapon on the arm. It doesn't say anything about spell casting.
Unarmed is a one-handed weapon.
I was going to say fist.
If your next action is to strike with that weapon, creatures that are outside your reach that are now in your reach are flat-footed.
So if it was a touch spell, what I would do is if it was a touch spell, right? Remember, it's a manipulate action for him to get over there. So I'd make sure the arm was like.
Oh, it costs an action to extend your reach?
Right, so I get the arm going and then get into position and then cast your spell so that you have the touch at the end. You know what I mean? So you're not burning too many of the economy. But anyway, we'll see how that...
Is it like a stance? Like, do you activate it and you're at that point until you reattach?
Yeah, the arm stays detached and I can interact again to reattach the arm.
Oh, that's so cool. That is a neat... That's a very neat racial ability, I have to say. That's cool.
Yeah.
It was either that or I can remember my past life. Who cares? I detach my arm and use it to hit things.
But damn, can I ever scratch my back?
Yeah.
I'm trained in bear fighting, so I can just smack guys with my own arm.
Past life. That's what the DM cutscenes are for. I don't need that feat.
Exactly. So that's like an ancestry feat for.
It's an ancestry
undead
skeleton. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Is it just the 1 feat at 5th and a skill boost?
1 feat skill boost and and then the
ancestry feat. Yeah,
not much else.
Skill boost. I mean, there's some class stuff you get.
3rd level spells is a big thing, so that helps.
Yes. And care to share said spell, or you want to wait for? Actually, spells. I don't mind if you wait till like you cast them and then we talk about it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a cool reveal. You know,
yeah, I think I'll keep them. I haven't really decided fully yet. But I think I'm going to take care. But
okay.
You'll know when they happen.
All right. So when last we left our party, you guys had split up into 3 groups. Pilo, by his lonesome, went off to see if he could ask either the current owner of this establishment or another, or somewhere he could do some peddling wares where he could maybe do a little performance and garner some attention to our trip. Our swashbuckling puppet and our construct went to the can of cans, where every other lady is a bot, as it were, or construct, and enjoyed that show. Met a carpetbagger, quite literally selling carpets, and I believe you were also observing an arguing couple that might have been arguing about travel plans, but hadn't approached them yet. You met Jay Tamlin, who's playing a cameo of Styx and will be with us for a little while, and talked him into coming. And there was Jimmy Bob, who was too broke to come, very willing to, but you guys would have to pay for him, so you wrote him off. And then we had
50 gold.
well, 500 silver, right? Yeah, exactly. NPCs aren't rich. Then we had Charwin hanging out with Styx, and you guys, I honestly forget, where'd you guys go?
We went to the Oasis, like a gambling place, and we met a half-orc lady.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Yeah, we were making jokes of how you got in behind the bar. We're making amazing food and drinks, and no one knew how you got back there, kind of thing. Where are you? Yeah, Salsa, Torda. Yeah, Miss Torda, Toreda, was our half-orc, gambling, because you guys were trying to schmooze some big game hunter, and you decided that these people would gamble, and then you got over there, and so if I was to, forgive me, podcasting audience, but if I was to highlight this name and throw it in chat for all to see. There. One half orc. Okay.
Solesa Toreda.
Yeah, that sounds good. The Hispanic half orc.
I don't know. I like salsa.
Salsa. Miss Salsa. Stop calling me that. Completely forgetting any accent I gave everybody except the carpet guy. because he was a version of my creepy Rico Suave. Let's give Pilo a little bit more airtime. You run around, and with the diplomacy, give me some diplomacy in the tower. Let's see who you can convince where you could set up formally. If anyone is willing to, like, give you stage time. If not, you can hook up with your friends and maybe just do something on the street or whatever. But give me a little performance and discipline.
What do you want, man? You want diplomacy in the tower?
Now, you're allowed to use performance as diplomacy, right?
Let me double check and make sure that I think I got an ability that does that.
Yes, I believe you do.
Yeah, I think that's like a natural bard.
Yeah, it was
talent.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Charming liar? No. One of mine does. It's one of them, I think. Or
anyway, my point is, since you were trying to talk someone into letting you perform, then why not just use your perform skill to, like, look what I can do? Blah, blah, blah,
Sounds good.
Do the old ribcage, right?
In the tower. In the tower?
Yes, sir.
There you are.
Not bad, but I'm booked all week. Try next door. Go again.
Booked all week? Man, I didn't see anybody up there for the last 15 minutes. I could have been up there right there giving you lots of patrons who'd go buy more booze and want to see me again.
Well, obviously you don't know much about business, son. We don't do showtime until 8. Otherwise, you're spoiling the crowd. Right now it's around 6:30. Happy hour and gambling.
Well, I don't know much about time at all in general, so thank you for telling me. Now, I'm pretty sure I could put up there a pretty good show if you just gave me the chance. All I need is just a chance.
No, now that roll. Try the guy next door. There's lots of bars. Move on. Move along. I got time.
All right, man. You're lost. You hear about the famous Pilo, and I walk out the door.
I got established. Now, wouldn't that be cool if you became an overnight sensation at the very across the street? The amazing Pilo. This guy comes back to you, hat in hand. Oh, Mr. Pilo, sir.
Another rolls. Sorry, buddy. That's the way the rolls go.
So give me a couple. Let's see if anybody bites. These guys are out there for a fair amount of time. I could just have you going from establishment to establishment, going,
You got that one. You got that one, and I'm gonna give this one a swirl. And
okay,
a little dip-de-do in there before I put it in the tower.
Okay. All three were willing to take you on, but not exactly today, But there is one in there that was so impressed. He's kind of humming and hawing about, like, bumping one of their headliners.
Which bar is it? What is their theme?
Oh, there's I'm gonna say it's a place called the Rudder.
Okay.
The Straight Rudder. The Straight Rudder.
So are they like a air themed bar? Or is it a water themed bar?
Oh yeah, like you guys are in Pilot Square, and there's a whole bunch of taverns and bars and stuff here, and a lot of them cater to all kinds of cargo handlers, pilots, and passengers in the area. It's like having a hotel strip at an airport, right?
Now, what I want to know is, are we being honest with the bartender? We're trying to recruit people for this, or I just tell him I want to get up in there and perform and say, hey, I just want to perform? Or are we
you tell me.
I'm not sure. I don't know if we've discussed that as a team of people here. So
as far as I know, you were trying to draw attention to the flight that you're trying to book.
So I'd most likely tell the attendant that that's what we're going to be doing. Like, I just want to show some of the skills, man, that I'm going to be doing on this airship. So, like, I really would appreciate, like, just even just 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I got you. So you're kind of like, you want to see more of me, so you do like a small set. You want to see more of me? I'm going to be performing all week on the Second Kiss airship. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Here's what we got. Why don't you come see a little more?
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, the guy will put you on stage immediately. Yeah, you want to do a... Okay.
Oh. You gotta
so you go over to the piano player, right? Or you and the owner go with the piano player, and you stop him from playing. Mm-hmm. And he asks you, what do you need from him? Like what key or what background or, you know what I mean?
I don't really think about those things as I'm going on, man. I just want to tell you, it kind of all comes from the heart, or where the heart used to be. So kind of look at what I'm doing, get a feel for how it's going, and just play along. Like, I'm not really set on what you got. I can handle me. You handle you. Yeah. Don't you worry.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, this guy's a pro. He'll listen to a couple bars and give you the sort of ambient background that you think you need. Sure.
Right.
Okay. So the owner, gets everyone's attention and then, gives you a little spotlight next to the piano player.
Do we have a name of the ship that we're riding on?
Second Kiss.
Second Kiss, eh?
Yep. Watch Troy Google AI for lyrics on Second. Hey, man, I watch the anime Solo Leveling. You can have a computer HUD screen that's always urging you on to do something. Why not, right?
I can't use AI stuff. I try. It doesn't work. I always end up be like, that's not what I asked for. Never mind. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
AI. It's just... Never mind. All right, so we'll get up there on the stage, and we'll look at everyone, and we'll say, "Excuse me, everybody. You're in for a treat today. I'm here to show you what Pilo's got. What I've got is a week worth of sets on the Second Kiss coming up later on this week. All you got to do is get on that plane and fly with us. Now let me show you what Pilo's got for you. One day I living on an airship, I flying in the sky so high, wondering what would happen to you. Now sometimes you'll see danger, and I'll cast Inside Guts and let them spell all over the stage and just kind of throw them out there like ropes. And sometimes you'll see love. And I'll,
your shows come with a splatter zone.
Yeah, he's like, we had that fellow with watermelons here last week, that Galaga guy, Oh shit, we're still getting stains out of the front of the tables. Not another one of those.
Okay. As I'm talking, I'll be like, don't worry, the guts aren't real. They come on back in and disappear when I'm safe.
Okay, now, so that's sample one. What else you got?
Let's see here. We'll look around and be like, now I can also tell that a lot of people here are quite interested in what I'm saying here. I mean, even you over there. And then I'll cast message. I can tell you're really interested in what I got, and if you want some more, follow me. That's message right to their ear.
Can they send one back to you?
Of course they can.
I'm terrified, but I can't look away.
I'll cast message again. Just how I like you, buddy. Why don't you follow me? And I'll keep on with the show.
Okay. What else you got?
Let's see here.
You playing a little jive buddy in the background?
Every once in a while, people like to think that, who the hell wants to talk to just one skeleton? What the hell can one skeleton do? Well, I can tell you this. One thing about being on an airship with me is you got friends all the time. And I'll cast Animate Dead, and I'll raise a skeleton beside me. Here we got my best buddy, Bonita. Now, Bonita will tell you, I put on a show to entertain you all week. But, again, you got to see it on the stage. Isn't that right, Bonita? Well, he's a silent type, but you got to believe what they say.
Bonita's just clacking her jaw.
I'll use an action to send Bonita out into the audience to kind of just, shake some hands.
To explode in watermelon juice?
Oh, no. We're not going to blow him up this time. But I will send him out there to just, shake some hands, do hypo-hose with the people. Maybe I'll give him a hat and you can tap hats and stuff. So, my friends, I know not a lot of you like the skeleton folk because of that nasty old land of dead, get whatever the hell it is. But coming on the airship with me will give you a whole new meaning to the undead are your friends. What do you say? Give Pilo a chance.
Okay. Do you bust out the old xylophone ribs?
I would say that I'd have him kind of going as I was casting the spells, kind of playing along. Okay. Because I'm the bard, so you kind of need to have it going. So.
That's always a crowd pleaser, play these strikes, right?
Little marimba strikes on the ribs there, giving it a go.
All right, give me a performance check, sir. And I will give you a +2 since you role-played your ass off the top of your head in a very Pilo uncomfortable way.
+2. I've added it to my thing.
I'll give you a +2 just for having the balls to go full on there, Troy.
In the tower or in the open?
Oh, in the open. Let's see what you got.
That is that's not bad. 31.
We're speechless. You wowed them. I'm not saying they're going to follow you on the airship, but you certainly have you finish and they're all stunned.
Everybody, round of applause.
Yeah, and then there's that one clap, and then it just becomes like thunderous, and then you got a bunch of they're all hooting and hollering and shooting their guns in the air, and
thank you.
I ain't never seen anything like that.
I won't be here all week, but I'll be on the airship if you need me. So thank you. Come find me out back. Thank you.
Okay.
Stage there.
All right.
Cash me outside.
Yes.
That.
Okay. So with a performance of 31. Breaking the DC needed of deception, diplomacy, but don't forget his performance counts as diplomacy, to woo somebody to fill a seat. Pylo manages to fill yet another seat because you don't even make it 10 feet out the door. And where are we here?
We're outside the straight rudder. Pylo just.
No, you guys are still.
No, I mean where Troy is.
Stop teleporting, Figler.
I'm not talking. Yeah. I'm not talking. About
where were we? I was here.
Yeah. Anyway, you just get a couple feet out the straight rudder, and a female Sam Saran follows you out the door. Do you guys know what a Sam Saran is?
Not a chance.
It's a race.
No. Wait, hold on. Do we know?
Wait a minute. You
Knowledge
should know,
Society.
Are you not?
Do I know what a Sam Saran is?
I could be wrong, but are you not playing one currently in a bomb?
Yeah, I think you are wrong. Yes.
Oh. Or am I thinking of the Sariel?
I'm playing a snake dude, an Akasha or whatever, Akasha.
Oh, I thought the Sam Saran was the dinosaur people.
No, I'm a snake person.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens all the time. I'll forgive you.
I gave you
happens all
a
the
society
time.
in the tower to see if I know what a Sam Saran is, and
a Sam Saran are blue-skinned, and they're native to Tai Sha, as in like the other side of the world. This world's Asia. They picture a Star Wars Chiss with really long white hair, and they dress like Varisian, like a Varisian merchant had an affair with an Ulfin Norseman shaman, and this is their kid, because you have furs, but you have beads, and you have the unusual pointy hat with the tassel veil that comes over the eyes, as the Asian culture sometimes wear. And she has like Spanish clackers that clink together on a strap. Actually,
the flamenco dancer.
Voila! Blue skin, Sam Saran. Tall, female, blue skin, wearing kung fu type slippers, a green cloak that's lined with fur on the inside, beads that hang draping from her belt and her neck. Her arms are bare. Her head is quite blue, though she has long, white, flowing hair, and a strange, angled, sideways brimmed hat with a tasseled, almost looks like a carpet sample with tassels, but it's braided, like there's holes like a mesh in it, like it's woven, and she can see through it. But it kind of hangs on her face. Doesn't cover her mouth, but it covers her eyes and her nose. Though from the side and it doesn't really cover features. It just sort of hides the direct gaze. Anyway, moving like a cat, this woman comes up to you and, "Excuse me, yokai-san."
Oh.
Silky voice.
Hello there. Blue lady. How may I help you?
Please permit me to introduce myself. I am Tan Kira.
Tan Kira. That is a very nice sounding name. I am Pylo Huesos. Pleasure to meet you.
It is a great pleasure to meet a yokai living and yet bringing peace and harmony to the people around it. And she bows to you.
Oh, man,
I would...
no need to bow. I'm not one of those people. You can just say thanks or say hello or just talk normal. Nothing, no respect needed here, ma'am. I must say you are quite the striking color of blue. What kind of person are you? Where are you from?
My people come from the other side of the globe. I have traveled very, very far to explore and sketch as many landscapes as possible before I encircle the entire world to come back to my homeland and become one of the most famous artists in my world of Taishan.
Goodness, that sounds incredible. You wouldn't be interested in painting me one day, would you? This is beside the point. You want to get onto our skyship, you were saying. You'd like to come with us on the adventure?
She blushes and she says, I have already begun writing a poem about you, Yokai-san.
Oh boy, if I had skin, it would be gross and red right now because I'd be fleshing. Anyway, well, it's not a free trip. I believe it is a 50 silver, if that is not too much for you.
You're going to pay the other.
You're welcome to add to this. What's that?
It's 500 silver, Troy, and 50 gold. Are you going to pay the difference?
It's 500 silver and 50 gold?
It's 50 gold, man.
Oh, sorry. 50 gold. My mistake. It is a 50 gold endeavor to go on this trip, which I hope is not, for a famous artist apparently, might not be too much, but is that something you could afford?
Just to be clear, and I am sorry, common is not my first language, she says, you wish to have someone accompany you on one of these, and she points across the strip at one of the dirigibles, like an actual airship. We will be flying through the air, she says excitedly.
Well, that's the plan. We've got an airship, and we're going on an adventure with the ship. The point of an airship is to go in the air, right? So we're not going to go on the ground with it.
Oh, that is most exciting. She says, please, and she bows and then catches herself because you said no bowing. She says, I would be most honored to accompany you.
Okay.
Please tell me, which is this kiss of the second chance? She says, not quite catching the name.
Well, it's the one right over there. Can we see it from here? Would it be visible or?
Oh, yeah. You didn't wander far from the original tavern. You guys just started working a spiral pattern out, so it's like down the end of the street. Well, it actually is moored to the top. This ship is actually moored to the roof of the tavern you guys were in.
Okay, so it's easy to see, so I can show that to them.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you look right over here at this wonderful ship above this tavern over here, that is the one we'll be taking. And you might not even be the only one on your first trip. How does that feel?
I am most excited. She says, when do you depart?
Well, first there's the thing about the 50 gold. Is that okay? Because that's the most important part.
Yes.
Can I collect that from you now just so that we have it?
No. I did not travel half across this world to give up my easy. I will pay when I step foot on the airship.
Roll diplomacy.
Like, I mean, spots are limited here, so if you want to save your space, you might want to give me the gold now, just so that we make sure you can get on the ship for sure.
Who is your teleporting friend? I did not see him there till a moment ago. He seems most insistent.
He's got some sort of jetpack. He just poops in and out everywhere here.
Sometimes diplomacy, the script of an adventure has to be the subject has to be open to diplomacy. Sometimes characters are so set in their ways that no diplomacy is possible, and you can't force rolls up the GM's ass. So sorry, Yokai-san.
What if we have a spell that makes you for no joking?
That suggestion's different. If I fail a saving throw and like, what do you want to talk about? Give me the money now. Okay, that's different. But no, it's an important rule. Like, an NPC has to be open to the idea of 1 minute discussion, whether you intimidate or whatever. If they're set in their way about something, right? Like, sell me your tavern. What? No, this is my livelihood. My parents gave me this. Diplomacy of 30, DM. He sells me his tavern. Give me your crown too, king. No, that doesn't work like that, man. Nice try, but anyway. So you tell her when they plan to leave. Like I think you guys have like the day or so.
Okay, I'll give her all the important information. Get her name. I'll get her to write it down because I can't read or write or spell. So.
Yep.
Her
Now,
name was again?
her name is Tan Kira. Tan, first name Qira.
No, one thing, Miss Quira. Before you leave, can I ask you one quick question? You called me a Yuki? A Yuki? What is a Yuki?
Oh, I am sorry. I meant no offense. Where I come from, spirits and ancestors who return after they have passed or shed their mortal coil collectively are called yokai. If there is something more specific to who or what you are that you wish to be called, please.
Well, but my name is Pilo, so you can call me Pilo if you'd like.
You are Pilo Jesus.
Pilo Huesos, yes, that's right.
Okay, she blushes a little and calls you Jesus. She calls you your last name as if it was your first name because GM watched too much anime. I don't know you well enough to call you by your first name.
That's okay, ma'am. You can call me what you feel comfortable with. I don't take offense to very much right now, unless you call me skin-colored. And then maybe we got an issue. But I've given you all the details you need, so we look forward to seeing you on that airship.
Yes, I will go and book passes. Like you talk about the captain. Anyway, she'll go there right now and have a meal there and meet the captain and pay up and stuff. But I wasn't just going to hand you 50 gold on the street and go, okay. So, Pyramid, Silver Vein, ship leaves tomorrow. Great, not happening. Not someone as world traveled as this. But how cool is that? This is a legit NPC. Tai Kira, a female Sarasan. I'm not going to say what she does for a living, but seems very eager to explore beautiful places, and she will spend the whole voyage drawing landscapes in a thick sketchbook and writing poems as she travels. It's very cool.
Interesting.
Yes. As opposed to the seasoned warrior that the big game hunter, right? Pilo, who do you have to defend the ship? An artist. Oh, we're dead.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Perhaps she knows some kung fu. Anyway, so that's 3. Gentlemen, that's 3.
3? Who do we got?
You've got the carpetbagger.
The blue chick.
Yeah.
And the bear.
The half work.
The bear and the half orc. That's 4. Remember, you gave us one for free. Or sorry, what was he? Was he? No, he's not a bear.
The gnoll. I don't think he counts.
Yeah, the gnoll.
Gnoll.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he did count.
No, he's bonus.
You can have bonus NPCs.
Oh, the GM just gives that NPC 50 gold so we could play in the line. Now, you guys did do some legit diplomacy rolls, so if you're like really stuck and failed all the others, then we might consider Jay's character legit. But right now, going for 5, keep going. I mean, you guys could, that
was going to be my follow-up question. If we get more, do we get a cut?
50 gold a seat, and she wants at least 4 passengers to fill them.
How many seats are available?
The ship will hold everybody here, and I'm sure you would, make a better impression on the captain, for some future conversations. Not to be your best buddy, but you know what I mean? Like, sooner or later, there might be a conversation or something where it's a 50-50, and she's on the fence, but, you got me all that money, and I'm having a good time, and you got me that's 10 customers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Like,
yeah, so how many seats can we fill?
I think it holds. There's like a dozen cabins or something. Like you could fill.
Oh, okay.
Quite a few. Now I don't want to make up a bunch of people because there's a lot going on. Plus, there's the crew that I need to play. So there is the couple, the bagger.
Yeah, I would be tempted to reapproach that couple because I don't think we actually approached them. We just kind of like observed them.
Yes.
And spent our time with Mr. Carpetbagger, which is just it sounds like such an insult. You dirty carpetbagger.
Well, There's the half orc. Now you guys have been pretty contained on Pilot Square, right? Like you guys have been working the spiral pattern and gotten pretty lucky. Did you guys want to branch out? Or are you just happy just hitting up as many people as you can as fast as you can?
Quick and dirty. That's always been my motto.
Yeah, I was hoping for speed.
Yeah, like our target isn't getting any safer. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we are kind of in a hurry, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about this adventure is, depending on what you do, changes who's available. Right?
That's interesting.
So for good or for ill, there are people outside of Pilot Square that are just a different person, more story, take the story in a different direction, whatever. And I'm not going to say there's a good choice or bad choice or whatever, but I do like the fact that it would like your choices reflect, there's like a karma thing kind of going on. Now, Spiegler, I'm just having a little fun at Spiegler's, our favorite rookie's expense about forcing diplomacy rolls. You really got to think, remember I was explaining how the captain would be like a little sweeter on you if you guys got more customers. You got to think like this is a movie. You know what I mean? Because that's how they write it. You know, There's a cause and effect. There's a karma. Not, like sometimes they just try to show the karma going, yeah, well, if you got caught stealing or help the guy out, you do get a +2 to help diplomats him later, sure, because they try to put in the dice. But it's best you don't try to think or milk the dice, because when you do that, a lot of the NPCs have sort of not a black and white way of thinking, but if you come at them with sort of a dice agenda, a black and white way of thinking, you put them off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can be too abrupt and just throw down your dice at them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you gotta be more like in the movie with it.
Yeah, and good role playing. Now, there's playing your character, which I thank you for, but once in a while, I wait for a character to do something out of the ordinary. Troy's playing a bard, right? And he'll give us these snippets. All year he gave us snippets, but this is the first time where I just shut up and he just let him roll, and he dug right into it in this awkward Pylo does Vegas kind of 20 minutes, type of thing. That's why I gave him the +2, which I thought was a little bit better than just a hero point, because you could have other players going, well, I play my character like perfectly. Can I get a hero point? Like, once you play your character well, you don't get the hero point for the same thing or the plus. But if there's a new situation or something over the top, kind of thing. Now, did I not give you a bonus last session? Or like the whole pyramid thing? Was I not impressed enough that I think I gave you a hero point or a bonus to a... Yeah, again, whether you play into a shtick or you play into a movie or whatever. Anyway, not that I need to explain to the audience role-playing 101. But I do understand... Sorry?
Manubrio, were we talking to that couple?
No, we talked to the carpetbagger.
Well, you will be next time.
We should approach them.